Hey, what's up, guys? See, I told you, John. Look at that.
My name is
You're right there. We've got a remote camera today, so if we're looking in the wrong direction or pointing in the wrong direction, you know what's happening. Okay.
Well, no, people are like, "Wait, bring Amy back. Why is he in the chair again?" I know.
Dave,
everybody got excited.
I'm happy to say, Dave, that my fellow cheesesteak lover is back.
I am.
Okay. I missed him greatly because Amy doesn't like cheesesteaks for some reason, unknown reason. Okay. See, Dave's happy. And look, see, you're right there. Your name's right there. John, and you even went first.
I can't see who's here. I see people popping in.
Ron's here. Dave's here.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, I've got the laptop angled just so I can see it.
I know. I was going to say, I can't. I can cover my eye, left,
that works.
Up.
So what's going on, everybody? Thanks for being here tonight.
I'll tell you what you guys just missed, and this is going to be a weird open to the show. You literally just missed Mariano Nicieza Spider-Manning his way out of here. So he didn't have to be on camera. He was sort of picking and moving around the camera because he didn't want to be in the shot. So we're going to start with his book.
It's the lead off. It's the lead off. He did request this. I got it wrong. I thought I had scheduled it for Wednesday's show.
Is it?
And I told him, I said, he's going to be on the Wednesday show, and I said, you got to be here, man.
You got to be here for this. You want to say anything that?
He didn't agree, but let's lead it off with that.
This is Secret Invasion #1, signed and remarked by the evasive Mariano Nicieza and Joe Del Beato.
Just like Deadpool.
This was written by Brian Michael Bendis. Interior artwork is Lionel Yu. This is just a nice sort of we love remarks here. We'll be talking a lot about them.
We do. You missed it the whole last week. I was talking about how much I love remarks.
The remarks are just, we've talked about it before. It's the bridge from original art to commissions to collectibles. It's a great way at a reasonable price to sort of, to get in. Speaking of reasonable prices, what price are we reasonably asking for
Thank you for asking, John. Suggested retail on this, Secret Invasion #1, signed and remarked by Mariano Nicieza and Joe Del Beato, is $89.99, and we have it tonight. We only have the one, just for $50.
$50. That's like a nice 5-star book. $50.
Camera more often, man. You're like a regular Vanna White with this.
Yeah, right.
It's not even askew. It's like totally level. Nice work, John.
I got Thanos. I mean, for another quick look at this.
Big headshot of Thanos.
Nice headshot of Thanos in here.
Mariano and obviously Joe.
I almost wish we'd have videotaped him Spider-Manning out of here, and then we could have put that in the feed. And here you go now.
I say next week we just throw enough stuff to block his exit, forcing him in front of the camera.
Stick one of those lipstick cams in his office, and here he is now.
He'd hate me for that. He'd kill me.
Yes, he would. That would not be okay.
So John, what book did you ask me about today, John? So John's flux capacitor is once again out of whack. Okay.
I asked somewhat urgently, where is my copy of Vampyverse #1 to read before I discussed it on the air?
So I checked it out with the back, and they go, Rex, we're pretty sure that's a mid-September release.
I'll let you know where my copy is. It's in fall 2021. That's where my copy is.
You got to crank up that DeLorean. You drove the wrong way through the time stream.
Well, I'll tell you, I saw a very cool ad for Vampyverse #2, and I'll tell you, you guys are absolutely going to want to jump into this thing. If you like Sonya Versal, if you like Vampirella, this is going to be the Vampirella that fans like me, Altered States fans, really dig. I saw an advert or solicitation for #2, and I'm like, I got to read #1 first. And my timeline is always slightly different from reading Dynamite books than everybody else's because I kind of just toddle around the office.
You're asking me for books that haven't even been released yet. Talk about your timeline's a little different.
It's a little bit different, but yeah, as soon as I get a copy, I'll read it. We'll be talking about it a little bit on social media. No spoilers, just kind of talking about its release date and stuff like that. And seeing as how it's Dynamite, there'll be, the usual, just like Kiss, some of these other things. There's always cool variants and different covers, and we'll get into that a little bit closer to when the book actually is available.
Or not, depending on what's happening with the flux capacitor and John. A shout out to the Unknown. He's with us.
Oh, the Unknown is here.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
Speaking of Vampirella,
here we go.
Always near and dear to my heart. This is a nice segue. This is Vampirella #1, Blood Red Signature Series. People know I love these. And this is signed by Adam Hughes, written by Christopher Priest. The interior art is Erkin Gunduz. And I got to tell you right now, for 50, the only other woman that looks as good at 50 is Elvira.
So, all right. So, suggested retail is $69.99. And since you called her 50, we'll do it for 50. That's why I'm glad John's back. Oh, wait, camera's over here.
I know. I was like, over here,
I'm going to be doing that all night. I forgot to drink before I made a promise I would.
How many copies of this? We just one, right?
We have two.
We have two copies of these.
Two copies of this.
Chances are, by the end of the night, there'll only be one copy available. So if you want it, speak up now and forever hold the peace.
Dave says, John, you got to make up for lost time. Rub that book all over. Okay, I would actually pay to see that kind of.
Yikes! Thank you. No, thank you.
Oh man. Are you sure?
We're sort of.
You got plenty of time tonight.
No,
sure? Just asking. I just want to make sure, I got your back.
Well, what I want to do is I want to try to see maybe like when we get to like the 30-minute mark.
Right.
We'll try to do some of the Silver Age books. So people that are waiting for the Silver Age books will know, hey, you know what?
Man with a plan. I like that.
Well, you know what? I know people are really digging these Silver Age books. They're up here. We're going to get to them. If somebody wants to see one, though, please throw it in the comments. I mean, I don't want to.
Thank you, JD, for reminding us of that fact. Okay, so that we did not forget. We still got to get John to dance for us, too.
Yikes.
Your list is piling up, brother. You want me to send you an email after the show?
Goodness.
You remember everything you need to do?
That'd be 2 emails. Are you kidding me?
So, all right, let's hop to, what do you want to hop to?
I'm going to hop over to Betty Page. This is a gold signature series signed by Terry Dodson. Betty Page is one of my favorite. I mean, Dynamite has about 17 or 18 of my favorite comic books that I do. This is one of them. Betty Page #1 variant, written by Dave Avallone, who, if you guys follow me on social media, you see me hounding Dave on Twitter endlessly. The art is Colton Worley. The cover is Terry Dodson. My guess is we don't have too many of these, and we'll probably have...
We have one.
We have one. So this is another one of these books where you don't want this to go home with me. Somebody wants this in their collection.
So
what are we asking for this?
Suggested retail is $89.99.
Yeah, these are not cheap, but they're worth it.
We're going to do it for $50 tonight, and we have just the one.
One at $50. This is the quintessential mid-century American pinup girl. Dave Avallone has done some amazing stuff. You just really kind of need to jump into the books, and you won't come back out. I love this stuff.
That sounds a little ominous.
No, it's true, though. People are like, oh, I don't know if I want to try it. No, trust me, you want to try it. This is what I particularly like about this cover, and you'll notice it on the cover. Not only do you have like the really cool, red ink cover, gold signature series, this is Terry Dodson kind of taking his pass at Dave Stevens. This is like one of those everybody looks and goes, oh, that's a Dave Stevens cover. It kind of is. When Dave did The Rocketeer, Betty Page was drawn as the Rocketeer's girlfriend in the original comics, and I think that's probably where I first discovered. When I found out that Betty from The Rocketeer had once upon a time been a real person, that's when I started scouring flea markets and comic shops everywhere for stuff. And it's kind of cool. Like I said, if you haven't, take a minute, Google Betty Page.
What are we charging for the Betty Page?
We're not telling you, Nick.
What are we charging for it?
We're not telling you, Nick.
How much?
It was $50.
50.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's do $19.50.
So Nick now wants to do it at $19.50.
$19.50.
I feel like most of these prices are setups. Okay?
No,
he's setting us up. Okay, so he can swoop in and be the hero. This is what I see. Okay, this is how Nick swoops in. Oh, well, you know what? You say he's trying to curry favor. This is what I think.
$19.50. Now, I'll absolutely tell you guys, if you do not buy this, it will come home with me for $19.50. Yes, this is the Nick Hates Money price.
How many are there?
There's one.
Oh.
So Nick has swooped in and slashed the price to $19.50. So we have the one available, and it'll,
Well, like
whoever
I
wants to
said,
pick
I
it
mean,
up.
this is sort of everything that I want in a collectible. This is. It's signed by an amazing creator. The cover itself, I love the single color. I love the single color variants.
I know we've talked about that.
We've talked about that before. Terry Dodson taking a pass at Dave Stevens. I don't think it gets much better than that art-wise, at least for me personally. I'll be very surprised if that's here at the end of the night. We'll come back to that a little bit because $89.99 down to $19.50. This book's like 75% off.
Yeah. You know what? Let's do one of our perfect 10 reads. What do you think?
You want to do one of those?
Yeah, let's do one. Let's do the Vampy number 2.
Oh,
with the DF cover. What do you think? Title that you like, I know.
How many of these do we have?
We have 4.
You have 3 because I'm absolutely going to be taking one of these home. So there are 3 of these left. Now, like I've always said, if 4 people want them.
Okay, Ron's in trouble, apparently.
Why?
He says, Nick is killing me. After my purchases last Friday, my wife put me in the NBZ no-buy zone, obviously, which is worse than the friend zone.
I've told people my entire life with no disrespect to anyone.
Ron, my advice, get a credit card that your wife doesn't know about. That's my
advice is when they put you in at the NBZ zone, the NB zone, you put them in the Phantom zone.
And John will be on Wednesday to explain exactly how to do that.
Phantom zone.
So, see, Ron's a picture. She just yelled in the room and asked if I'm watching that comic book show.
That's great.
I'm watching.
Tell your wife to page me.
Oh, Ron, you're cracking me up, dude.
That's a trip.
You are absolutely cracking me up today. Well, now John's got to dance. Right?
Holy cow. NB's.
Oh, man. We haven't even gotten to the first break yet, and we're already coming to conclusion.
I'm so happy my wife cares so little about me. She doesn't pay attention to what I buy. That's nice that his wife is noticing.
Because thank God she's not watching, because John just admitted to me that he purchased more watches. So our original prediction of 37 weeks of new watches has now just been pushed out.
Anything smaller than a car, my wife doesn't notice me buy. So, when it comes to like comic books or whatever, I just...
Wow, you've got it. Ron, we'll have a tutorial on how to buy the things that you want to buy without your wife finding out with Mr. John Cole on Wednesday night. There will be no comics, just talking about how to make these unwarranted purchases without your spouse finding out. Okay,
yeah, it's going to be the extreme relationship makeover here on the experience.
We'll have PowerPoints, charts, the whole 9 yards. So you can successfully escape notice from your spouse when you make these unwarranted purchases.
I'll be honest with you, a good friend of mine had a spouse who didn't understand why he would need to spend thousands of dollars a year.
Are you listening, Ron?
Books and stuff like that.
I keep going here. Are you listening, Ron?
I know, right? At least I brought over here. He legitimately wound up getting like a private mailbox to have that stuff sent to. And I didn't recommend that, but I'm recommending it to you now.
One of those mail stores, those UPS stores.
Those UPS stores.
You'll never know. I'm telling you.
You could be Ron, box 1, 2, 3,
right.
4.
You don't have to get a physical bill on your new credit card because, you can do it all online now. Let's see what. One day we'll talk to John about my watch collection. Oh, wow. See?
What's watch collection?
Ron has 300 watches. Oh, my gosh. See?
It
was a good idea for me to bring up the watches.
This is why his wife said don't buy any more comics. It'll cut into the watch budget.
Ron, tell her you sold like 10 watches or something.
I used to. That's the hardest thing to do when you collect anything. For me, it was easier to buy and sell and trade comics than it was watches.
Really?
Watches were very hard because I used to.
You're not helping Ron here. Okay.
Everyone has to have their own comfort level or whatever. Ron, tell her you'll skip another week where we don't have discounted prices.
Well, let's go to. Did you do the Vampy? Did we do the Vampy?
We did do the. Did we do the Vampy?
No, we didn't. I think we got distracted. No, we didn't. No, wait. The Perfect 10.
Okay.
The Vampy number 2.
This is going to be, the cover is by Paul Renaud. Oh, this is Eric Troutman. This is Vampirella number 2.
The limited edition DF cover.
Limited edition DF cover. Single color variant. I absolutely love these. Interior art is by Wagner Rice.
At Perfect 10 Read, we're just going to do it for $10, just to get things going and to help Ron out.
How many of these do we have?
We have 4.
We have 4. Well,
We have 4 tonight.
We'll probably have 3.
Maybe 3, because John's going to take
3.
one. Ron says it'd be easier if he told his wife he had a drug problem.
I've got a good buddy of mine that owns part of a cigar store, and his wife does not know. And
That's the guy we should have on Wednesday's show.
The reason he bought part of the store was he was spending a frightening amount of money. It's a store in North Jersey, right near, I think, the Journal Square train station. And he was running up such a bill. The proprietor said, "Hey, do you want to just come in as a partner?" And it's been 2 years, and this was
so. Our special guest will be someone who can hide an entire store from his wife.
I think he tells his wife it's just his hangout or something. And it is not a hangout.
All right, so what do we got there, Mike?
Well, we're going to go from the Perfect 10 Read, $10. We're trying to hit everybody's price point level of collectability. This is, I get asked about this a lot on social media. More slabbed books, more slabbed books. Your wishes are commands.
It's John protected.
This is Batman 50. I'm going to be showing you both sides of this. This looks like a J-Lee cover.
Pencil sketch variant.
Yeah, this is the pure pencil sketch variant, which we had slabbed. Rating is 9.6. I'm going to show you the back as well.
And the original retail was $499.99.
Yeah, I was going to say this is not a perfect 10. This is like the serious collectible part of the show. What are we going to sell this for?
$193.90 for the year that Batman first appeared in Detective number 27.
That's about a 60% discount for people that are, you know.
This is guaranteed. We have one. So
we have one.
It's guaranteed 9.6 to anybody that wants it. Ron's asking if Nick's looking for a partner. Tune into Wednesday's show, and we'll have the specifics.
Ron, that's my job. I'm one Powerball win away from owning half this company.
What do you think John tells his wife every week? Oh yeah, well no, I'm just gonna go pick up my comics. That's all.
I told her I'm running to my local place to get comics.
You killed me.
Most people have a local comic book shop, and as a segue, we always ask people, please support your LCS.
Yes.
These people really are kind of like the salt of the earth of the comic book world. They really could use your support, you know, between COVID restrictions and, you know, so many people now, you know, ordering online, that sort of thing. It would be great if we could get people back into the comic stores where this all started. I mean, most people I know, pretty much any age group, has this great have these great memories of their local comic book store. Maybe they were grabbing like lunch, and for me it was always reading in the parking lot outside my LCS in my truck. I get my stack of books, ton of fun.
Well, these people, event,
it's a thing, and now it's just sort of, pick up the stuff from your pull lists. Develop a good line of communication with the person running your LCS. They'll really appreciate it. But yeah, most people should have a relationship with their local comic shop. I decided I needed a relationship with my local comic publisher. Unfortunately, I kind of cut out the middleman there, but don't be me. Be a good person and go to the store and get the books. Don't knock outside the window in Nick's office asking for stuff.
Yeah, John overreaches every now and again.
A little bit.
But no, in all seriousness, you touched on a very important subject. I mean, who knows what the future holds? Certainly, you see in New York going to lockdown again. I know a lot of creators canceled. Was it Orlando?
Con appearances and stuff like that.
So it's going to be harder for them to obviously, for the collectors out there to be able to get signed books, things of that nature. I know CGC is still backed up for everyone, including us.
This is another thing I want to talk to when we talk about the slabbed books a little bit. people always think, oh, I'll just get it slabbed.
Right.
That's quite a process. People don't realize,
especially these days.
A lot of effort, a lot of money, and a lot of time.
And the fact that you're not guaranteed the grade.
You're not guaranteed any grades. You can sort of, jump over that, so to speak. And, we're going to be offering slabbed books, which have already been graded. Essentially, you claim them. JD will put a link in. Rex will see that your book gets sent out. It's a very, it's a very basic process rather than, you have to ship the book out, pack it yourself. I mean, it's just like cost. And
Not know what grade you're going to get.
You never know what grade back. Both Nick and Rex just said, you don't know. You might be like, this book is a 9. They think it's a 6. And they don't split the difference. They just grade it and you're at where
it's
you're
like getting socks for Christmas.
Yeah, it's socks for Christmas sometimes. So do me a favor, if you're interested in slab books, let us know what you're interested in for sure in the comments. Email the show, email us, email Rex. Let us know what you're looking for. If we can find it, it'll go right up on the rack of retail.
Hey, Amy, do you want to do the kit next? Do we have the starter set, Amy?
Yeah.
Where is
The
it?
starter set is right here.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. I found it.
You know what? You better figure out how to fly without a net, because next week Amy is taking a much-needed vacation.
You're the new Amy.
Spoiler alert, next week nobody will know what any of the prices are. We'll be like, yeah, $18 sounds fair, sure.
So, in other words, it'll be the wild, wild west. So be sure to join us. Who knows what might happen.
Next week's Amy-less episode of these starter packs are super cool.
Oh, wait. No, we did not see unknowns.
I got them.
Oh, okay. Amy got it. So we're good.
We're sorry.
Sorry, unknown.
You notice like, hello.
Betty, you got a quick one for Ronald.
What did Ronald? Let's see. All right, let's do the Hulk remark. Put the starter kit down. We got to do it before Ron's wife comes into the room.
All right,
hurry up.
Quick. You guys know that we love remarks. We absolutely love Ken Hazer. This one is signed by Ken and Mark Waid. Hulk #1 blank variant.
Hulk #1. Suggested retail $129.99. We have it tonight for $75, Ron. We have one.
This is one of one.
Sorry, our normal banter, we're cutting it short.
Well, his wife is like pulling in the driveway. We got to hurry up.
If Ron suddenly disappears from the chat room, we know what happened.
Ken's amazing.
He is amazing.
Ken has got about 19 different art styles he uses on these things.
I mean, we've seen the range that the guy has.
Not to mention, and people have heard me mention this before,
Veronica.
We don't see enough green in comic books. We really don't.
We do enough green just from the Green Hornets that you like every week. Are you kidding me?
Your publisher is at least 8 pitches behind of Green Hornet books I've asked for, sir. 8.
All right, Ron's taking the remark, the Hulk remark. So that one's gone because we only had one.
We had one. Ron, man, I got to tell you, it doesn't do it justice. I'm trying to get this just close enough so you can see it. The work that Ken put into the Hulk's face is just...
That is classic Ditko inked by Kirby.
Nice.
Isn't it?
It really is.
That's like Hulk 1 through 6.
Yeah, this is... Nick is pointing out from his office on the 17th floor that this is very much like a Ditko Kirby.
17th floor. If I jump out the window, I'll scrape my knee. Okay.
So this is so.
It might get infected.
More like Morgan Freeman in Las Vegas when he leaves the house. he's looking down like, and then all of a sudden he just.
Well, the stairs out front are a little tricky.
The stairs out front can be tricky. Wait till we get snow and ice.
I could scrape my knee. Could get badly infected.
Thank you, Ron. I think you're going to be super happy with this book.
Ron, it is 75. Correct. You got it, buddy.
And somebody bought Betty Page, right? But we had more than one?
Yes. Unknown bought the Betty Page, but we only have the one. Actually.
Well, and that's done too. The Unknown, I got to tell you, this book is so cool.
Amy, can we do a little Post-it notes if you don't mind?
I need to get more.
Amy's tired of you being so needy. If she wanted this much neediness, she'd buy a puppy.
Puppy? We could bring a puppy on the air once.
I thought about bringing my dog this week just so she could sit like under the table and watch.
Thank you. Where's the Hulk?
Right here.
Isn't that the dog who ate your comics?
No. She was just sniffing and turning pages with her nose.
Hey, what's life without a little risk?
Betty Page.
Thank you.
What's life without a little risk? Right there.
Betty Page.
I
All right.
was trying to beat Ronald to the gun on Ghost Rider.
Was he? Do we want to do another one?
Well, that's not fair. I mean, Ron's got a handicap. He's got to buy it when his wife's not in the room. So we got to give Ron a handicap. What is it? 5 second delay?
Well, Jesus, because I think we're going to break soon, right?
So yeah, you know what? I do think we have to go to break. Which Ghost Rider are we looking at? Oh, did you pick it up?
Ghost Rider number 1.
All right.
Blank black variant.
We'll come back. I think we got to go to break.
When
JD.
we come back,
Do we
we're
have
going to show you this, but just as a little
Ken
tease.
Hazer, all in silver.
Ken Hazer, all in silver, man. This is just.
All right, JD, why don't you take us out?
Take us out, bud, and we'll be back
I'm
in 2
pointing this
minutes.
way.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey, and behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
Today's comics market is ripe with new titles by creators who are determined to get their books into your hands. My name is Henri Compen. For the last decade, I've been making and selling my own creator-owned comics and dealing as a collector in live sales. My signature series, Yi Sun Shin, is the book that cannot be defeated in battle and has over 250,000 copies in print. Now I'm taking comics to the next level and laying the groundwork for my fellow creators to get their voices heard so they can connect directly with you. This is your chance to engage live with top comic book talent and get your comics signed without having to wait in long lines or pay any fees. But remember, we only have a limited amount of their books in stock, so always remember to call it as you see it.
Oh, it's funny. And we're
Hey
back.
guys, we're back. So, an interesting topic before we get to the Ghost Rider. We were joking about animals, but it turns
Yeah.
out John's involved with rescues. I know that Nick's significant other,
Because,
she's
yeah,
into
we've,
rescues.
my
I have
wife
a
and
very
I-
good friend who works for a local no-kill shelter in Camden County.
Nice.
I actually went in for a dog, ended up with 2 cats. It was like a shell game in Manhattan. I don't know what happened, but
You know what? It's a great alternative. I mean, I understand there's breeders out there, But rescuing an animal, especially from a no-kill shelter, is, if you have the means and the opportunity, I'd strongly recommend it, because
they changed the name to Homeward Bound. So that's Homeward Bound out of Camden County in South Jersey. But any rescue, no-kill rescue shelter, it's just a little public service announcement. Don't go to the, nothing against the breeders, but I mean, there are more than enough animals to be rescued out in the world.
There are shelters and orphanages filled with just beautiful animals that are looking for homes.
Yeah, and we're trying to convince Ken or Nick.
The 25 years my wife and I have been together, we've had 3 dogs, and all 3 have come from rescue shelters.
Well, we're trying to convince Nick this is a good idea to bring cute animals onto the show. I don't see how we go wrong there.
We got to see if Dino Mutt is available.
Dino Mutt, I love this.
Well,
This man is a genius.
The problem is Dino Mutt is a Hanna-Barbera thing, which means it might be a DC thing, but there might be leeway for a little leasing of the.
There we go.
Hey, can you ask Ronald to make sure he gives us the forwarding address to the shelter he's going to?
Huh? I don't get it. Wait.
Ron, make sure we have your new address.
Yeah, make sure we know the forwarding address so we can send all your books to the shelter. All right.
He'll be living in one of those daddy dorms like my brother.
It will be disguised as dog food. Yeah. All right, let's go to the Ghost Rider.
We talked about this a little bit before the break. Black blank variant might be 3 of my favorite words, other than
cheesesteaks available now.
No, exclusive digital content from Dynamite. Those are the other things. This is remarked with silver ink. We've talked about how difficult this is.
Yeah.
Not for Ken Hazer apparently, but for mere mortals, right. This would be very difficult.
I can't even sign my name in silver paint pen without smearing it somehow. And I
don't know how Ken does it. All I could say is that the 2 days a year that Nick lets him out of his office to see the sunlight, he earns and deserves those days.
So, all right, let's get to the price real quick.
He gets Burger King instead of Taco Bell.
He gets Burger King. He gets the upgraded meal here at Dynamite.
So, Ghost Rider to #1, black blank variant. Say that 3 times.
I know, that is one.
Signed and remarked with silver. Ghost Rider by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail $89.99. Tonight we have it for $50. So for whoever's interested, I know Unknown had some interest. Ronald's always interested.
That's a nice 40% discount.
But Ronald's wife may have entered the room, so he's gone radio silent.
Mrs. Ron has entered the chat.
he's switching. I'm not watching that comic show, hon. What are you talking about, comic show? No, I'm not watching it.
I got to tell you right now, for $50, this is, and I don't mind saying it, for $50, this is a steal.
Especially since that one was supposed to be marked down to 60.
So I can't.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Rex, you've cost
Nick
$10.
Listen, I'm sorry. That's what's written on my sheet.
Oh,
that's
boy.
all I can tell you. Okay.
That's $10. That's
Maybe
2 hours you're going to be docked in
6.
pay.
They look kind of the same. All right. So who is attending DC Awesome Con this coming weekend? Anybody?
I'm still waiting for my panel seat. I'm not going to another con until I'm at the Dynamite panel. On the good side
Nick,
of the table.
we need to put John on the Dynamite panel. I did what I could.
The last con I went to after the Dynamite panel, I think I probably answered as many questions as the creators did out in the hallway. It was hysterical. They're like, oh, I took a picture with Nick, and people were like, oh, do you know the publisher? I'm like, yeah, a little bit.
What,
and we started talking
about. If Nick doesn't put you on a panel, a Dynamite panel soon, you are allowed to make up any prices that you want for the balance of the show. How about that?
I think that's 2 negatives for Nick. One,
I said it on YouTube. That makes it true, doesn't it?
One, he's saddled with me. I don't think that works at all for Nick.
I thought that worked. Come on.
You know what? We'll do a Bronze Age book as we sort of moving a little bit from Silver Age into the Bronze Age. We're trying to sort of, we get like a lot of requests. We want Silver Age.
The Unknown claimed the Ghost Rider. All right. So that
Unknown, I got to tell you, man, this thing, I'm going to hold this up one more time. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. Detail.
Hey, Amy.
Yep.
Can we get another Post-it?
We're going to get another Post-it. This is one of these things where, sometimes when you get buyer's remorse.
Can you get us a couple of cheesesteaks, too? I like mine with fried onions and mushrooms.
Yikes.
It's going to hit me.
Your pay is going to get lost in the mail, man.
Direct deposit, baby. But you may see the
Thank you.
fist flash out of the
I know,
side of the
right?
screen.
You see the hat go flying.
And then JD, can you get like a pow or a bang?
Amy backhand. You know,
Nope.
sometimes you get buyer's remorse. You buy something and then it comes in and you're like, did I really want this? These are going to be the exact opposite of buyer's remorse. You're going to be patting yourself on the back, glad that you jumped on these.
With 300 watches, John, I don't think you get buyer's remorse too often.
I do. I wish I'd have. Well, no, I didn't get buyer's remorse. I had buyer's FOMO. There was a condo I really liked on Long Beach Island and I didn't buy it. And
yeah, that's bad. That was a bad call,
That was
bro.
a bad call. Well, it was a bad call until Hurricane Sandy. And I
That's
conned myself into thinking it was okay, but it wasn't. It was totally not okay.
All right,
Bronze Age books.
go to one. Hit it.
This is where we're crossing the line. Look, pal, there's a pal right there.
There we
Nice,
go.
JD. See, this is why I prefer JD and not the JV.
Oh.
Every time I do that, Kyle probably shoots a finger at the laptop. But this is X-Men Volume 1, 77. Super Adaptoid on the cover.
With a presumed grade of 7.0.
This is a nice, clean copy of this book.
A value of 120. We're going to do it tonight for 90.
Wow, that's like a third off.
And we have one. And then John and I got into a small debate about whether it's bronze or silver.
Yeah, this is kind of like right at the dividing line. Some people do it by date. Some people, especially older fans, used to do it by price. Once comics became 25 cents, then it was the Bronze Age. That's very unofficial. That's very standing around outside in the parking lot at the local comic book store. And we're talking about what is the Bronze Age for you? What's the Silver Age for you? Marvel and DC, they don't match up quite the same, right? Because Silver Age lasted longer in DC, I think, than Marvel. Marvel quickly, especially in terms of storytelling, Marvel jumped almost immediately to more Bronze and Modern Age stories, where you were still getting DC stories with like Superman and Green Lantern playing marbles with planets and stuff like that, uninhabited planets. But, you know, you weren't getting those stories at all in Marvel. You were getting, you know, Peter Parker shoving his super cool fringe vest in the garbage saying, I don't really want to do this anymore.
Right. Okay. So in the end, we didn't determine anything.
This is one of my all-time favorite Gil Kane covers. I don't know why this character, when I was a kid, he was like a blue version of Iron Man. This is the Cobalt Man. This is really, this is like a pure Gil Kane cover, right? I don't think he has any direction here other than to be told it's an X-Men cover and Cobalt Man has to be on it. Because if you look at the positioning of the characters, it's just pure Gil. I know that there's a couple fan groups on Facebook that are Gil Kaniacs, as they call themselves.
What number is it?
This is
79?
X-Men Volume 1, 79.
Okay. So with a value of 60, we're doing it tonight for 55 with a presumed grade of 7.0. And we're doing it for 55 tonight. We have the one.
We have one.
Mm-hmm.
With everything that's happening at CGC, you probably, if you are going to get books, get them slabbed. If you're not going to get them slabbed, then you have books that you want to get for grading, buy them sooner rather than later. They're not going to be cheaper next year. I mean, I'm always trying to think of a good way to say this. We always want people to buy what they like, whether it's a collectible or whatever. Sure. This way you're not unhappy. But on a secondary level, the prices of these things don't go down. You know what I mean? Like there's a set price for X-Men 77, right? It's not going to lower when the book is a year older. I think everybody that reads comics knows age, time equals money. When you're like, oh, I'll get it next year, you're also kind of saying you're going to pay more next year. So, you know, try to keep that in mind when you're in that decision-making process.
I mean, you got to imagine there's a reason that CGC is so backed up. And, you know, the pandemic obviously played a role in
I think the lockdown had people going through their books, their collections, and saying, hey, look, I've been meaning to get this graded. I've been meaning to get this cleaned up, pressed, whatever, sent to CGC. And I think what happened was you had a lockdown and CGC suddenly had the UPS man at the store 19 times a day.
Right.
At the office 19 times a day. As we've said before, it's a great process to go through if you're confident in the grade of your book. Sometimes you're accurate, sometimes you're not. It's absolutely you're paying for shipping, you're paying for packaging, unless you want to take a chance and pack it yourself. Maybe that's your thing, maybe it's not. There's a lot of time is involved. Or you can just, click the link, claim this. This is Black Cat #2.
Good segue.
CGC 9-8.
All right, so it's the Peach Momoko variant, and we have one guaranteed 9.8, suggested retail of $89.99, and tonight we have it for $50, and we have the one.
We have one at $50, and I got to tell you, this will not be anywhere else at this price. I just know for a fact, unless you're going to break into someone's house, this is the burglar price.
We
at
are
$50.
not suggesting that you break into someone's house.
Only John.
Only John's, Nick says, but what's Dave
Well,
gonna say?
this is a great thing of this came out right around the time, I guess.
John, everybody would like to know your address for the Christmas party, not to break into your house.
My new apartment is on Gaither Drive. This is when
It
they
looks
did
an awful lot like an office. Is that what it is?
I'll be sleeping on the floor in here. This is when Marvel acquired Alien, right? The rights to do Alien, or maybe
Right.
it's Disney, I'm not sure. So we got a whole bunch of really cool variants. This is the Black Cat Alien Marvel variant in about as pristine condition, like barely molecules of air have touched this thing. For $50, this is a no-brainer.
Wow, I like that example.
Well,
Molecules of air.
Well, it's the truth. I mean, $50 for a 9-8 book like this. I mean, these are the kind of books, these chase books, that when people go to shows, this is what they're looking for. They're like, hey, do you have this? Hey, do you have that? Maybe it's not in the condition you want. You still have to go through the process to get it slabbed and graded.
So, Black Cat #2, Marvel versus Alien variant by Peach Momoko, CGC graded 9.8. We have the one tonight at 50. So should we go to another perfect 10 read, you think?
No, make him wait for a perfect 10 read. No, I don't really have any. No, let's do the starter kit. Did we not do the starter kit?
No, we didn't.
Because I heard the starter kit was mentioned, and I'm looking at it.
That's right, we didn't do it.
This starter kit I'm looking at is...
Open it up. Open it up, John.
I feel okay opening this up because these were printed in this century, not the last
They're back
century.
and board on the
Anything in
inside.
the 20th century I get uncomfortable with. The cover on this was I really enjoyed when Dynamite did this. Ta-da! There we go.
So
This
3
pack
books.
has Colton Worley signed. This is the Complete Dracula #3.
Signed by Colton Worley.
Signed by Colton Worley. Colton Worley did a great job also on, I'm trying to think, was it Elvira or... And I'm also trying to think, did he do Sherlock Holmes and Houdini? I'll have to check on that a little bit.
So just to know what comes in the starter kit, the Complete Dracula signed by Colton Worley, All-Star Batman #1 with the exclusive Dynamic Forces variant cover, and Amazing Spider-Man #797. And we have
This is a variant for it.
3 of them tonight at $19.92. So kind of a starter kit. Give it to somebody as a gift, part of your collection, whichever.
If you're like, hey, I want to get into collectibles and you don't know where to start, this is a great place to start.
I'm pretty sure most of our viewers tonight are collectors. So.
No, you know what though? I bet there's a lot of people out there. I have people that have reached out to me on Instagram, people that have reached out to me on Twitter. They're lurkers. They watch the show. And they're not sure. You're gonna have to put this away. I can't do this. They're not sure. They're not sure how to get into it. They're not sure where they want to start.
This is a great way to start.
This is a great way to start. We do these starter kits fairly regularly, and it's a great way for you to get a signed book, a variant,
And then
a chase book, something that's out of print, and you're sort of in the game. You're
under $20.
And for under $20. I mean, if you're one of these people that, $500 bills are in your cushions, don't worry about it. But, for that entry level of collecting, I let people know probably the two best ways you can go are a starter kit or something that's been remarked.
Right.
Speaking of something that's been remarked, we've already had two down. I think we're going to go with Venom. Black blank variant, signed and remarked in silver ink by Ken Hazer. This is a Donny Cates, Mark Bagley thing.
Oh, Unknown claims a starter kit. So I got you down here, Unknown, for one of the starter kits.
Nice
See
job.
if I can find it on my sheet. There we go. I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
No, this is one of these, they're working on the Venom movie. They've talked about after this Venom movie, Tom Hardy is pushing very hard to be Venom in the next Spider-Man movie.
Right.
Venom is sort of, this is a character that's white hot and has stayed white hot for a long time. Ken Hazer's take on this, again, in metallic silver.
It's just amazing to me. I mean, look at all the detail.
I mean, look at the detail. I mean, I'm never not impressed by anything Ken does. This is just and this was about $50?
This is $50. Suggested retail of $89.99. Tonight we have it for $50, and we have the one. What's Ron? Good question. I don't know where Wilfredo is. He might have been tagged by his wife.
Is there a Mr. Wilfredo?
I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know the answer to that question. But if there is, he might be on lockdown. His internet privileges have been taken away.
Well, a lot of times too, we have viewers, thankfully, from across the country.
Yes.
So for us, 6 o'clock is 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's true.
On the West Coast, and maybe someone's at work or class or whatever. It's not always.
Or they have the same crappy DeLorean you have, and the flux capacitor keeps going out, and they keep moving into the wrong
people are like me. School in the summer, no class.
Oh, but
and we're not repeating that one. That was so bad.
No, that's not bad.
Yeah, it was.
It was terrible.
Horrible.
It was terrible.
Thank you. I agree. What do you want to go to next? We probably have time for
Are we? No, we're not even close to it.
We're not even close
Okay. I just wanted to. You know what? Why don't we do another
one. Go for it.
X-Men book. This is X-Men Volume 1, 85.
We'll be skipping numbers now.
It's just what I grabbed, honestly.
Also a presumed grade of 7.0. Actually, all the Bronze Age books that we have tonight are
presumed grade of 7.
The Unknown claims Venom. All right. Got you down, buddy.
I'm just going to take this back for a second because I want to throw this up one more time. That book is just... And when you get a look at it, like it's going to come out of the packaging, you're going to look at this, you're going to have a hard time believing that this was done with silver metallic ink.
At first, I wasn't even sure it was a remark.
You know what I mean? I actually had to double check for a second. I'm like, is this a remark? It is indeed.
So that one's gone. So you had X-Men 85 up, right?
Yes, I did have X-Men 85 up.
So we have the one for $60 tonight with a presumed grade of 7.0. As I said, all of the Bronze Age books we have tonight are a presumed grade of 7.0.
That's not to say it's possible the grade can come back higher. We are only presuming grades that we're comfortable with.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You could get this book back higher than that, especially, I don't know how people feel. Some people like cleaning and pressing their books. Other people want to leave the integrity. That's up to you, but we're pretty sure if you send this off to CGC, it's going to come back at a 7. The remarks, do we have another? Are we getting another?
Do we need another remark alert, or should we go to? Let's go to a perfect 10 read. Adventure Time. If you own
Do we have
one. Yeah, we do. Right there, right there. There you go. Now you're cooking.
Oh,
Look at that.
Adventure Time. This is an exclusive DF cover.
Fiona Cake #1. Dynamic Forces exclusive cover.
This is one of these books you see the cosplayers running through the dealer floor looking for. And you're just like, oh my God, look how adorable they look in their costumes.
And we have 3 tonight at $10. So this is another one of our perfect 10 reads.
And of course, we've got the holofoil seal, the COA on the back. I think by now our people know that that's on there, but
Yeah.
you know, so you can actually take the book out and read it if you choose to. Again, never with these fingers. There have been many times where I bought reading copies or digital reading copies of books because I'm just not taking them out again. But for those of you who, you know, are more nimble fingered or live a little bit more on the edge, holofoil seal carefully comes off, placed on the side. You can read your book.
And as JD is telling you, just one Alexander Hamilton. So, how much time do we have?
We have a few minutes before we go to work.
Where do you want to go now? What are you thinking?
Here's the book that kind of got tucked in the back. This is one of these books where, very funny story. I was at San Diego, and I was having lunch at, oh God, I'm trying to remember where it was. I'm sorry, I feel bad, I can't remember it now. And somebody heard me talking about Dynamite Comics, and I said, yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the imprint, and we started talking, and they were trying to stump me. And it was not, I'm sure I can be stumped, especially by Nick, but by the average comic reader, probably not.
So here we go.
This is,
if you guys would like to stump John, please let us know.
This is Garth Ennis's Battlefields. This is the Tankies #2, signed by Garth Ennis. There's this misconception that Dynamite only does certain kinds of books, and that's absolutely not the case. Dynamite has done more, like, different genres, different things, you know what I mean, over the years that people realize, which is one of the reasons why I like to kind of throw these things out there sometimes. You know, even if this isn't something you pick up, go to your LCS and find the back issues of this, find the trade if there's one available, and read it. This was just...
So we have 2 tonight. Suggested retail is $69.99, and we have it for $50. So,
one of those books that
written and signed by Garth Ennis.
Garth Ennis, you don't see a lot of, like, World War II books are like Westerns. They kind of come and go and come and go and come and go. That reminds me, I want Nick to do more Lone Ranger, but that'll be after the break. However, if you're looking for a really good World War II comic, that's it. Getting one signed, you know, I don't know. I haven't seen, in all fairness, and I don't mean this as any disrespect to the creator, I haven't seen Garth Ennis pop up a lot doing signings. I don't, maybe it's not his thing, or maybe it's not stateside. You know, maybe if I lived in the UK,
he doesn't like doing signings.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you don't see him a lot. So if you're, you know, interested and looking to, this is a great way to get his signature without having to do some kind of weird scavenger hunt through a con to find him.
Oh, you missed the last book. My wife came into the room and I had to fake a groin injury. Ron, you're cracking me up today. I had to get off the train. Go in the room and go. Man, Ron, you are on fire tonight. In a totally different way. You are cracking me up, Ron. Keep moving, dude. Don't let her pin you down. Keep moving.
If I could, I'd live in a separate residence.
This is too funny. Absolutely too funny. So, all right. So you could intro that, but in about a minute, I think we're
going to break.
Yeah.
I'm going to flash this up here real quick. As people know, probably my favorite place on earth is San Diego and Comic-Con. This is Harley.
Really? I didn't know that.
I know, right? This is Harley Quinn Invades Comic-Con #1, signed by Robert Campanella. We will get back to this after when we come back from the break, but stay tuned. And JD, take us on out, and we'll be back in 3 minutes.
Keep moving, Ron.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
And we're back.
So what were we talking about? Harley Quinn, right?
We were talking about San Diego.
Yes.
I recommend, and this is like a little bit of paraphrasing of Ferris Bueller. If you have the means, I highly recommend going to San Diego Comic-Con. Wait until they sort of figure out the whole pandemic lockdown, vaccine, COVID situation. I've made a habit of going fairly regularly with a group of friends. It's a great way to kind of get together with your friends, hotel room. There's an amazing restaurant across the street from the convention center, Lou and Mickey's. They have the best steaks in town.
Make sure you reserve ahead of time.
Absolutely reserve ahead of time. I actually, in 2016, I think I called Lou and Mickey's like 6 weeks in advance. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be in town. And she's like, oh, you don't need to have a reservation. Oh, yeah, you do, because they have it blocked out. That's the week for Comic-Con. And she's like, well, I have a table at 8 o'clock and I have a table at 4 o'clock. And all those dinner times had already been taken. I tell people this all the time. Regular cons attend every year. So it takes some planning, a few weeks, whatever, even Chicago, a week or two of planning, maybe, get your tickets in advance. San Diego is like a whole year thing. We get back from Comic-Con and we decide if we're going to go the next year or 2 years hence and, sort of make our connections, the room or whatever. Now, thankfully, Airbnb has sort of made it not quite so difficult.
Right.
But for a guy like me, old guy who prefers to stay at a hotel, being Club Hilton has its benefits.
Well, Airbnbs, I mean, it can sometimes go south on you. You hear horror stories.
You know what? I'm one of these guys that it's a little weird sleeping at someone else's house. And I guess it's just a mental thing. People should absolutely Airbnb, enjoy
As
it.
opposed to a building where hundreds and thousands of people
My
slept
wife
before
points
you.
this out to me. She's like, so you have trouble sleeping in a that's had 100 guests as opposed to people that's had 100,000 guests. I don't know. It's just it's a thing. I can't explain it. Speaking of San Diego, Harley Quinn invades Comic-Con #1. This is, if I remember correctly, Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti. Like a lot of these books, there's a bunch of other creators involved.
I think we may have had a graded version of this.
We might have had a graded version of
I
this.
kind of remember that we did.
Robert Campanella signed this. We have what, one of these?
We have one of these.
We have one of these, and what are
Suggested retail is $29.99. We have it tonight at $19.92.
that's this is another one of these chase books that people are going to be running around looking for, and it's not going to be $19.92. Spoiler alert! If you're a Harley fan, this is a nice pickup.
I'm gonna say,
And the cover's awesome.
I'm gonna say you're gonna want to claim this one, and I kind of can't say why, but you're gonna want to jump on this one. You won't regret it. I promise.
Oh yeah.
No. I don't think you even know because you don't have your sheet, even though you were handed a sheet.
Sheet?
Yes.
I'm a natural talent, baby. I don't do prep.
Then why is this person holding cue cards? No,
I know, right?
I'm kidding. I'm just saying that somebody should claim this. I implore you, implore all of our viewers, you're gonna want to claim this. Ron, are you listening?
No, boy.
I promise if you claim this, you will not get in trouble with your wife, Mrs. Ron.
Mrs. Ron, leave the room.
Good job, Ron.
There you go, man.
I mean, I'm dropping a heavy hint because I'm not sure why it's in my notes like this. Amy was a little angry earlier in the day. She may have done this as revenge. But Ronald, you get this one at no cost.
Oh.
So for the rest of you out there, when I implore you.
It's the Ronald discount.
When I use the word implore, you should take me very, very seriously. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure why I couldn't say it beforehand.
I
but
implore you to DoorDash a
it
cheesesteak,
says so
please.
in red ink, so I can't, when
JD,
you
you've got a 7-second timer. Cut the word implore from Rex's language.
implore. I'll just spend the next hour saying that word over and over again. I don't care. But good job, Ron.
Good job, Ron.
I like Ron. It was faith. It was like that exercise they do for companies. That trust.
Oh, the trust fall thing.
Say, I got you, Ron. I got you, buddy. See, so that was the trust fall. So I'm glad you hopped off on that one.
That's a nice book.
Yeah, that one's going out. I'll try to get it in with an order that may be waiting here for you.
A while back,
Jimmy
Palmiotti was talking about this on Twitter, about how much fun him and Amanda Connor had doing this book and contributing to it or whatever. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this a lot.
Even if you don't, I think the price was right.
Now, see, the next book up would
Full
be
refund.
The next book up would be a Green Lantern book, but there's no Green Lantern books here.
Are you sure?
I implore you to find a Green Lantern.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure there's
there's a Green Hulk.
No, it's not the same.
Sorry.
What we do have, though, is Frank Miller.
Oh, unknown. I'm sorry, buddy. Ron beat you to it, brother.
Oh, no!
But keep watching. I may need to use the word implore again.
Never again.
Never again.
Nick says never again, but with the cameras on, I don't know. This,
I gotta tell you,
this switch in my brain just kind of flies loose.
I
don't know what it is.
absolutely dig these DC Black Label books because they very much remind me of like the Curtis magazine era from the 70s. This is Superman Year One, #1. This is the Elite Gold Signature Series signed by comic book royalty John Romita Jr. This is written by Frank Miller, art and cover by Danny Mickey and John Romita Jr. This is sort of when you think, oh, I've seen all the Superman I'm going to see.
All right, I hate to interrupt you, but
Go
Ron
ahead.
is absolutely on fire tonight. My wife just asked who the hell Nick is and why am I sending him money. I told her he is my dealer. Did I mention that he works for the DEA? That she works for the DEA? Sorry about that, Nick.
Yeah. Yikes.
Okay.
Man, we
Just
should
make sure if there's
This
a
show is
range
spun out of
that
control.
you show the original artwork Friday shows to your wife so she doesn't mistakenly arrest me or John, okay?
Hey,
Because, uh-oh.
what's the discounted price on this that's been dropped?
Wait a minute. We have 3 of them. Relax, everybody.
Okay, so this will be the last one to go out. This one might have to be mine. It fell to the floor. That's a 5-second
all right,
roll,
so Superman year 1, number 1, elite gold signature signed by John Romita Jr. And okay, let's see.
Do you need a
I
drum roll? Or?
implore you, but this is a different type of imploring.
Oh my God!
Does that make any sense?
Go to commercial.
Go to commercial.
We can't go to commercial. It's only 7:08.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
I ignore him, JD.
Nick,
Don't
we
worry
need to have
about
a
it.
conversation about this imploring.
It's just like the Wizard of Oz. He's just turning some gears behind the curtain. Don't worry about it.
He has no real power.
It's just
Ron can't buy anymore.
at $50. I know, right? At $50, this is a sweet.
For the next hour, I'm just going to be looking out the window waiting for the DEA to roll up.
Freeze.
And then immediately,
He's right here.
right there. That's the guy. That's the guy
Okay.
you want right over there. He's sitting right there. His name is Nick Barucci. Arrest him.
Oh my
Take him
God.
down. Use the taser. Use the taser.
Taser. And we're gonna get you decaf. You're all wired up now,
Oh my
brother.
God, I am. I'm never going to sleep tonight.
This is a great.
I said I was going to drink tonight before the show.
Yikes.
Yeah, I know. I forgot. Wednesday. We'll do it Wednesday. So, let's see. The unknown.
People are
He's going to
trying.
get in trouble. That means I win. All right. So, let's see. So, Superman Year 1, number 1, Elite Gold Signature Series, signed by John Romita Jr. Suggested retail of $99.99. We have it tonight for $50.
Half price.
And let me just say the word bonus, and we'll come back to this item. Let's move on. Should we move on to another Bronze Age?
Yeah, let's move on to another Bronze
Let's
Age
move to a
book.
Bronze Age.
How about X-Men 82?
All right, so we have X-Men 82, also a presumed grade of 7.0.
This is Tyrannus, a character they would periodically bring back. One of these typical characters from the late 60s, early 70s, can never seem to find a shirt, long wavy hair.
Yeah, I hated guys like that.
Well, he was the antithesis of the Mole Man. They were both subterranean dudes, but somehow the Mole Man just was Chud, and this guy was like GQ. I don't understand who negotiated that deal. But
So we have presumed grade of 7.0.
Point out.
We have the one at $60 tonight. X-Men number 85. And it's a very clean copy. I mean, every one of them.
yeah, these copies
Actually,
are.
it's
I'm just
very
trying to
clean.
get them, so people can see
See, isn't that
the
much easier with the
bindings.
camera?
We're really. If these come back, if somebody tells me these come back a little bit higher than the presumed grade, I would not be shocked at all, because these are some of the cleanest copies I've seen of some of these Silver Age books, Bronze Age books. I mean, let's be honest, time keeps marching on, right? As we're finding collections in barns and storage bins and whatever. John Luke from Storage Wars sees it all the time. Books coming out, and all of a sudden a book that was $30 or $40 is now $90. At $60, that is, especially if you have any plans to send that off CGC,
I
would
think-
look beautiful slab
I
graded.
think part of the problem is that years ago you could go to a garage sale or a place like that, and the world wasn't as interconnected or as educated as they are today.
Well-
and now I think you have more people with more
You
information.
stop at somebody's yard sale, and it used to be somebody's churchyard sale, and now when you offer someone $1 for a book, they whip out the app with like the overshoot
Yeah,
price guide on it,
yeah.
and they start.
Everybody's an expert, right?
Everybody's an expert. I mean, I learned that with watches. I learned that with comic books. My wife learned that with vintage Pyrex. Suddenly, everybody is, an expert. Where when we first got married, she'd pick up cast iron or Pyrex for like $10 at a flea market, and now all of a sudden, everyone's an expert. E-commerce, this, that. Let's see, what do we have left? The Walking
I know.
Dead.
We're going pretty quick here today.
We are going to, we're going to reduce some stuff a little bit too.
We need to babble more. We haven't talked about food all night.
We haven't talked about food all
That
night.
is a good point.
This is the
What the heck was the sandwich you posted on Facebook today? That
was a burger.
What was in it?
That was, we're very close to a local farm that raises cattle, Cheyenne Road Market. And it was ground beef that I cooked on the Blackstone outdoor gas griddle. I love this thing. I had gas grills and stuff my whole life. This outdoor gas griddle I can do breakfast outside now, pancakes, whatever. This was a burger that was seasoned with a steak rub. People don't think to do this with burgers. That works the same way. It's beef. Instead of just salt and pepper, I seasoned it with my buddy's steak rub. He's a champion barbecue guy, has written barbecue cookbooks. Periodically, he'll send me something new to try. I seasoned the burger, cooked it on the flat top. I candied pork roll. And I don't know, I have a friend who candies bacon. So I figured if you can candy bacon, you can candy pork roll. Sheet, brown sugar, maple syrup.
I got to dig up the picture. Hold on, guys.
And
it was, dude, you post those things, and I immediately have to go out and get something to eat. It's like crazy.
Well, that's sort of a lot of these people, I mean, I'm retired from that line of work now, but a lot of these people were clients and vendors for other clients I had. And so, I'm super fortunate that a lot of the people in my immediate business circle are, award-winning, top-shelf places. So I like to kind of show what can be done with their stuff. Wait till September 1st comes. Bellagio's bread is reopening.
All right, this is what he made. Oh my gosh, I wanted that burger so bad today. That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. What's on the bottom of the patty? What is that? Looks almost like jam.
Oh, that's when we get tomatoes from the garden, right? But when you get the kind of weird colored ones, I cook down tomatoes and cherry peppers. So it's both sweet and hot. I don't want to quite call it a jam or a jelly. It's not really a ketchup. It's just a spread. I mix it. It has a little smoked paprika in it. It's just sort of enhanced the flavor of the beef.
And I can even see medium rare in the burger.
Throw an egg on there. I try to keep the burgers juicy. Wow. And I've been friends in using Cooper cheese for 25 years. So I always try to incorporate Cooper cheese.
That was crazy. That was something.
I was very close to doing a cheesesteak today, but I forgot to take out the one of the things I've mentioned before is I'm friends with Tony Luke Jr. So I get to use the same meat that they do to make cheesesteaks. And I forgot to take it out of the fridge and freeze it. It was just not ready to go, so I did the burger instead. But once Bellagio's Bakery reopens, I'll have access to their rolls to do cheesesteaks. Because rolls are super important for cheesesteak. They are super important.
Dave, that's mean. Look at what Dave wrote. That's mean, Dave.
What did Dave put?
Don't worry, Dave. I'm still here.
She's still here, okay? But can she cook like that? I don't know. There was a local restaurant that named a burger or a sandwich after you. What was it, John Cole Sammy or something?
Yeah, the J. Cole is. There's been a couple of them actually. I've been super flattered by that.
That looked really good.
Bellagio's Bread, which is a place here in town. I've worked with them a little bit. I'll probably work with them a little bit more. They have a sandwich called the J. Cole. It's spicy. It's a firecracker sauce I made, Cooper cheese, chicken cutlet, and a roasted long hot on their old-fashioned bread. They've been doing those rolls since like the 70s. And I got to tell you, put that whole thing together, sit it in the oven for a minute or two, delicious. If you're in the area of Mount Laurel, I highly recommend stopping in there. They opened September 1st. They were closed for renovations. They'll be open September 1st, and I recommend going in there and going.
Well, I'm going now.
Their stuff is delicious.
I'm going now. Welcome to Dynamite Kitchen Talk. That's right. Mm-hmm.
I've asked the publisher to please build out a proper kitchen for the break room. But
exactly right.
That's a fairly low priority from what I understand.
And Wilfredo's with us. Hey, Wilfredo.
Hey,
what's going on, buddy? You caught us just in time.
This is why I said we're going to kind of go back and do some things, because I knew we'd have people like Wilfredo bomb in later, and I don't want them to miss stuff. This is the Walking Dead Blood Red Signature Series. This is signed by Stefano Gaudiano. Walking Dead 171.
Dave, did you just have dinner? Oh no, you're in California, so you must have had lunch. So you're not as interested. All right, so what do we got here? Walking Dead
171. This is a Blood Red Signature Series edition, signed by Stefano Gaudiano.
And we have two.
With two of these.
We have two of these. So suggested retail $59.99. Tonight we have it for $29.99.
So this is basically like another half-price book.
Yeah, pretty much. And Wilfredo's on it. All right. So
okay.
Wilfredo's got the Walking Dead.
Wilfredo's got one. We have another one.
We do have one more for anybody that wants it. We got you, Wilfredo.
We got you, Wilfredo. Thank you, sir.
Unknown. Let me get those remarks. You were not here, bro. He didn't get them all.
He didn't get them all.
No, he didn't get them all.
A couple things that I want to, Wilfredo, I'm going to do a couple things. I was going to do this a little bit later in the show, but I'll do it now. Here's a few of the things that you missed earlier in the night. This is Batman 50, slabbed and CGC graded 9.6. Amazing. This is a Dynamic Forces pencil art variant.
So this one is the exclusive pure pencil sketch. Graded 9.6. We have one available. Suggested retail is $499.99, and tonight we have it for $193.90. The year that Batman first appeared in Detective number 27.
Yeah, basically we've got this book at 60% off.
Okay,
when
we'll
you I'm trying to so people know that it's a fairly significant deep savings on these kinds of books. It's one thing when you have a $15 book for $10. Sure, it's great. When you have a $500 book for under $200.
So, Unknown, are you taking the other Walking Dead 171? Just want to confirm. So that's gone. Both Wilfredo and if Unknown confirms,
nice.
Then that is gone as well. And then we'll go through. You want to just go through the other graded books as well?
Yeah, we'll go through the other graded books. Now, Wilfredo, if there's something up here that you want to see, sing out and let us know because we're going to... This is Black Cat, and this is something that Wilfredo might absolutely be interested in. This is about as rare as it gets. Slabbed, CGC graded 9.8. This is Black Cat number 2. However, this is the Marvel Alien variant. There were not a lot of these out there in the wild at all. When Marvel acquired the rights, I guess from Dark Horse or wherever, to start doing Alien books, they had a whole bunch of, each of the characters got like their little 15 minutes of fame with an alien. And I got to tell you, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. And what does he ask for this, if I remember correctly?
It is suggested retail of $89.99, and we have tonight the one for $50, guaranteed 9.8.
Yeah, this is a 9.8 book, guaranteed, slabbed, $50.
And yeah, we need to. Amy, when you get a chance, can we get another sold Post-it note?
Yep.
So we didn't forget about you, Unknown.
Yeah,
and Wilfredo's going to buy the book.
Wilfredo, I had a feeling this might be something you'd really like.
All right, so that's claimed. You got it, Wilfredo.
That's claimed. They really, I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. The Marvel Aliens variants disappeared really fast.
We probably need a couple, Amy. Thank you.
They disappeared really fast. They were out there. They were hot. I don't even know if they had time to become like a chase book. They were just done. People got them, and something about you have characters being menaced by alien. I don't know. There was some rumors last year. I don't know if they're going to follow through with this, but there were some rumors about the Brood in the X-Men is not so loosely based on Alien. And now that Marvel has those rights, there's a very good chance that you'll start seeing eggs appear like at the Baxter building. Because as well as I do, Reed Richards is the type of guy that finds this thing and, let me experiment with it and see what it does. And the next thing you know, super-powered aliens rumbling New York City. So
So unknown, which one do you have? Let us know. No worries. So we didn't get to that one yet, did we?
we didn't get to that one yet, but we're going to get to it now because Wilfredo's here, and Wilfredo tends to like these kind of things.
He does.
This is Future State, the next Batman #1. This is CGC graded 9.8. These Future State books were super popular, super fast.
So suggested retail $89.99, and tonight we have it $4.50, and we have just the one guaranteed 9.8.
We've done this, and we've talked about this before. Getting books graded and slabbed is arduous process, and we've sort of cut out the middleman here. This book is we've had books off at 30, 40, 50% off. This is a much easier and wallet-friendly way to buy it.
Wilfredo, are you taking the Batman, buddy? The
next Batman?
The Future State? I'm going to imagine yes, but make sure you let us know, buddy.
Yeah, he's
yes,
just said
all right, cool.
That's why I buy the slabs. Okay, bud, we'll get a set. And you're absolutely right, Wilfredo. I encourage everyone to get books graded that feel the need to do so. However, buying graded books really kind of cuts out the middleman. Not to mention, you go to a show, you go to a store, I'm pretty sure you're not going to find that at $50.
I would agree. I mean,
most of the times, Nick knows the prices of things. We know the prices of things. We try to have a lot of fun with this, but the truth is you're being offered these things at the lowest possible price that they can be let go for. And I don't think that, you're not seeing a lot of that. A lot of the claim shows are very hot and heavy, but I don't know if they're doing the crazy, NSRP discounts that Nick is doing.
Right. I mean, and we certainly, we talk about it every show. I mean, we definitely encourage you to support your local comic book shop.
For sure.
A lot of the different shows that you see these days are really store owners that have crossed over into a more digital kind of
e-commerce, virtual stores type. And I get it. I read somewhere that in the 21st century, we've lost half the comic book stores. And that's disturbing. That's real disturbing.
It is disturbing.
That's one of the reasons why we ask people to please go support their local comic shops. Comic shop locator, zip code.
So
you're ready
hold
to
that
go.
thought 1 second.
Sure.
Unknown, I see that. The Walking Dead, you say you already have one, so I'm going to take you off of that, and then we still have one more available then. Just so everybody knows. So
okay.
Walking Dead 171, Blood Red Signature by Stefano Guadiano.
We still have one.
For $29.99 tonight.
Tell Unknown to wait till Friday and wait till he sees the commercial we made.
Unknown, Nick says wait until Friday to see the commercial that we made.
Wait till Friday for what he wants. I'll consider it, but he's going to have to look at the commercial we made.
But
just for the fun of it.
You're going to have to look at the commercial there we go. Oh, I see what you're responding to. There we go. Yeah, just tune in. You'll see. Don't worry, Unknown.
My goodness, we're making this so hard for people.
I know. I can't read, all these things.
It's almost like Nick's on the air.
And then Nick's talking, and, it's very distracting.
We're going to have to start doing the show during Nick's lunch hour.
Let's do the starter set.
Yeah, I want to throw this out again. This is the starter set from earlier. This particular starter set had Complete Dracula, signed by Colton Worley. This was like a Bram Stoker adaptation, Liam Moore, John Reppion, the art by Colton Worley. This thing was just...
So,
signed, of course, by the
Dracula
artist.
signed by Colton Worley. All-Star Batman #1 with the DF variant cover and the out-of-print Amazing Spider-Man number 797. So starter kit for $19.92, and you're guaranteed to get all 3 of these.
Yeah,
in
there
the
is,
set.
for people who are, considering how they want to get into collecting, that's exactly why we do these starter kits. You're getting a signed book, you're getting a variant, and you're getting, for lack of a better term, a chase book, something that's not, multiple printings, hard to find. And for under $20, that's like a layup.
Right, exactly. So I think, what time is it? Do we go to break? I think we can go to a break in about a minute.
You know what?
And
We have
then
1 minute, so I'm going to throw this up here again.
do your thing.
Vampirella, #1, Blood Red Signature Series, signed by Adam Hughes.
And we have 2
We have 2 of these.
at $50.
I think a 5-star $50 read. Vampirella's 50th anniversary. And this is a nice, we have 2 of these.
So 2 tonight at $50. And JD, I think we got to go to our last break, buddy.
JD, take.
And we're back.
We are back. I got to take this. You go ahead and do.
Priorities, John.
It is priorities,
All right.
actually. Someone was asking me about a book that I'm going to re-mention in just a minute.
Okay.
So I'm trying to tell them to log in and check it out.
So while John is busily doing business on his phone, yeah.
Well, people reach out to me during the show, and I think that's
Dave
very
hurt
cool.
my feelings about the food thing.
What?
Dave, He hurt my Dave.
What? What did he
Cerrone.
say?
He said that we were spending too much time talking about the food. Hurt my feelings a little bit.
No.
He did.
He's right.
I was crying on the inside a little bit. I'm just saying. All right, let's see. We do have one remark we never covered. Oh no, we did.
No, we
cover
got
it. We did cover it, but Wilfredo wasn't here.
I'm actually going to put this back out because I had two
Go
people
for it.
who were asking for it. I'm not sure how many copies we have left.
Which
And
one
of
is
course, if someone buys it, this is Vampirella number 2. This is a limited edition Dynamic Forces.
We have 4.
Single color. These books I just absolutely love. Somebody missed it in the first half and messaged me on Twitter and asked me to throw it back there. So whoever's watching on Twitter, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I kind of know who it is, but
Okay,
my friend Chris.
John will thank you personally.
Chris, I did. And what are we asking for this book? This is a perfect 10
$10.
read. So this is $10. This is kind of let you guys see that. We've talked about this before.
The line art.
The line art, the single color.
Yeah, it's just, whether it be blood red, emerald green, or black and white.
Paul Renaud cover, just absolutely.
I love it, yeah.
Apparently, right before he went to break, he logged in and he just saw Vampirella, but he didn't know what it was.
Well, we had 2 books,
We have 2 Vampirellas. I'm going to throw this out there too. This is Vampirella number 1, Blood Red Signature Series, signed by Adam Hughes.
Bloody good price. I like it. Hey, unknown, which Vampirella are you claiming? The number 2 or the number 1 signed by Adam Hughes? Let us know, buddy. So we'll find out in a minute. But we have only 2 of the number 1s and 4 of the number 2s. So hopefully your buddy logs on quickly.
I was going to say hopefully, and you know what? If he doesn't,
otherwise we'll just give him your copy.
You can buy my copy at a vastly inflated price. Got here late. No, you know what? We don't see the comments from everyone, but we ask people to. I just want to take a second. First of all, we want to thank everyone sincerely. We have a lot of fun here. Talk about food, talk about this and that, but we have a lot of fun doing this. We want to thank people sincerely for taking the time to join us. I know there's a lot of stuff that's going on people could do. The fact that you make the decision to join us, we really appreciate it. We're trying our best to get books out there that re-energize the community, get people involved in collecting again. We've got this industry that has spawned billions of dollars in statues and video games and movies and merchandise. This is where that all started from. Comic books from your local comic book shop. That's sort of why we focus on getting people into your local comic book shop. And even if you don't particularly buy something we have here, you go to your LCS, you get the back issues, you pick up the trade, you develop that connection to your local comic book shop, and it sort of returns you to that, more fun, simpler time of running over to the store and picking up your books, I was very happy. I had a friend of mine who'd been reading books digitally for about 10 years, and it almost become like a chore to read through them. And I suggested to him, go to the store, stop buying them digitally. And now he's discovering all these new books, things that he's liked, whatever. And, he's having a great old time.
So, unknown, we got you, buddy. The Vampirella number 1 signed by Adam Hughes. So you took that one. I got you down, so you're good to go. But, I want to touch on that. I mean, again, we have a lot of regulars now that tune in, to our shows every week, and we appreciate that. And who's this? Troy? Yeah, somebody looking for you, Amy.
Amy, someone's looking for Amy?
Somebody's looking for Amy. But
what we would ask if you enjoy this. While I'm thinking about this,
sure,
what we would ask if you're enjoying this, is to like, friend, follow, subscribe, whatever social media platform you're finding us on, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you're watching this from. Hit the notification bell so you know that when the shows are coming on the air. We have shows on the Experience pretty much every night, different times. You can check out this, you follow the site, you check out, you'll see when the shows are. This doesn't work without you guys.
Question real quick.
Sure.
Wilfredo the Dracula was part of the starter set, and we had 3 available. Unknown took 1. It comes with the complete Dracula signed by Colt Morley, All-Star Batman #1 with the DF variant cover, and out of print Amazing Spider-Man number 797.
Yeah.
And it's for $19.92. So if you want one, let us know. But I'm sorry to interrupt you. But
no, absolutely.
You know what John's saying is very important. I think is we definitely appreciate. We have some regulars. We have some new people joining us, and we really appreciate that. What we're trying to do is, obviously we're trying to grow, hopefully the collectibles, the collector base as a whole. But I realize, with the challenging year, 18 months that we've had, everybody's life has been disrupted to a certain extent, some more than others.
For sure.
But that experience that you had, and nothing can actually replace hanging out at your local comic book store, talking to other collectors and stuff, and the dealer and whatever. We hope that we're at least kind of reproducing that kind of experience, in the sense that you got a couple of guys here. Clearly, this is not scripted on any level whatsoever.
Can you imagine if this was scripted? The writer would be fired.
Yeah, right. I know. And to the best of our ability in a digital environment, we hope that we're bringing that experience. A couple of guys talking about comics, and food and beer and just about anything else, and watches and anything else that comes to mind. Pretty much the same.
He wishes we would knock that off.
Yeah, I don't take construction very well. I never did. But to kind of bring back that kind of experience that you maybe had at your local comic book store that you're not going to, that maybe you're not frequenting as much as you used to, where people gather because they have a like interest, and talk about the things that you talk about that normal people talk about.
And a lot of the local comic book shops I've noticed have started going, recording things online, like discussions somewhat similar to what we're doing at the Experience, where they're just kind of throwing up like a vlog every day of what's come in. And that's another great way to connect with your store.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it does help us. And, again, some people buy, some people don't. If you've been watching this show and we're entertaining to a certain degree, as entertaining as we can be, two old middle-aged guys,
Oh, the truth, though, is this is a great way. And for the collector aspect of this, we love people who join us for whatever reason, entertainment. For the collector aspect here, you're not going to find these things this easily at this price. You know what I mean? You're just not. There are certain books that we've showed tonight that I know if you went to a show, if you went to a store, if you went to a con, you would not find those books at that price.
And if you're watching just to see the books, I know that a lot of for all our shows, some people are just tuning in to watch, to look at the different types of books that we have available. Wilfredo, no, they're not actually. Wilfredo's looking for a remark. I think we've got one left. Secret Invasion.
We might have a remark left. We've had the Ken Hazer stuff went, of course, because it's Ken Hazer.
So
Ken, keep drawing. We're running out of books.
This was our opener, Wilfredo.
We opened with this.
So Secret Invasions #1, signed and remarked by Mariano Nicieza and Joe Delbiato.
This was just,
and Mariano is not only a talented creator but a great guy.
What are you talking about? He ran out of here before he could be.
Well, he doesn't want to be on TV, but that's he's not a great guy. Not everybody just wants to sit in front of a camera and blab, whatever comes to their mind.
Like I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I know you don't understand what I'm saying, John. There's no doubt about that. Okay. So that one is available tonight, Wilfredo, for $50, and we have just the one.
That is just a nice
of
rendering of Thanos.
Ethan just joined us. Thank you, Ethan. But as I was saying, I mean, I know that a lot of people tune into our Friday original art show to see some of the original art that we have.
Well, we try very hard to hit everything, right?
Yeah,
we try to hit some slabbed books, Silver Age and Bronze Age books. We try to hit chase books, variants, remarks.
And if there's
Friday's
something
original
that
art
you haven't seen here that you would like to see, let us know. All right. We will always do our best to try and bring whatever you guys want to see.
We got requests for Silver Age. We added Silver Age. We're getting requests for Bronze Age. We're adding Bronze Age. If there's something you want to see from a particular publisher, a particular character, you wake up one day and say, "Hey, look, I'd really like to see something, from Image or whatever." Let us know, and whatever we can find through the vault.
You're exactly right, JD. We try to hit it all. Cheesesteaks, meatball sandwiches, pizza, chicken parm. We've never really discussed chicken parm in detail. I don't think Dave's with us. I think we chased him away with all the food talk.
Yikes.
Oh, did you miss the taco pizza one?
No, I know the people who make the taco pizza thing.
No. You missed when we had discussion. Well, Fredo brought up taco pizza.
Oh.
And I went off on a tangent. Amy was trying to pull me back, but I just kept going.
My friends at Tony Baloney's in Hoboken, Atlantic City, did the taco pizza for the Super Bowl a couple
Are
of
you
years
listening,
ago.
Wilfredo? This is the source.
The
Kind
owner,
of like the
owner
Matrix,
Mike
the
is
source.
a great guy. He did not plan on being. He makes really good cheesesteaks, really good sandwiches. He's like a bagel maker. He did not plan for the Tony Baloney
M&E
level
Comics
of
would
success.
like us to go through the X-Men really quick, and we can do that for you, buddy.
Sure.
We'll do
I've
that
got
right
one in my
now.
hand, actually.
Look at that. Perfect timing.
X-Men Volume 1, 84. The CGC presumed grade on this is a 7. Really nice, clean copy.
Well, I would just say presumed grade of 7 without throwing our boys CGC in there. But all right, just to go through them. So which one is that?
This one is 84.
All right, so this is 84, and we actually did not do this one yet, believe it or not. So this one is presumed grade of 7.0, and we have the one for $60 tonight. And you know what? We'll run through each one of the Bronze Age X-Men for ME Comics,
Sure.
who just joined us.
Absolutely. We
Let's
have.
see. So 77? You going to 77? Yep. All right, so we have X-Men number 77.
The Super Adaptoid. One of those spunky characters I always like.
And we have this one also a presumed grade of 7.0, and we have this one tonight at 90. Let's see. You want Unknown Ones giant size X-Men number 1. But we don't have that, do we? No, we do not.
We don't have that. If he's looking for it.
But we might. We will make a note of that. All right, so what do you got next?
This
79?
is 79. This is the Gil Kane cover I was sort of raving about earlier.
So we have X-Men number 79 at $55 tonight. Also a presumed grade of 7.0. And these are really nice copies. Every one that we have tonight is a presumed grade of 7.0. And then we have X-Men number 82, right? You got 82 over there. X-Men number 82, presumed grade of 7.0. And we have this tonight for $60. Let's see, sold 79. All right, well, Fredo's picking up 79. I got you down, buddy. All right. Which one did we do? Which one was left?
We've got 84 and 85 left.
Okay.
79 is.
79 is gone.
Wilfredo, I'm going to throw this up one more time so Wilfredo can. That's like a quintessential Gil Kane cover.
Wilfredo's taking 82 as well.
All right. So both of these, I'm just going to turn around. These are Wilfredo's.
There we go. Amy, can we get Post-it notes, please?
And we're up to, I believe, 84. We'll throw this up here.
And then we have X-Men number 84, also a presumed grade of 7.0. And tonight we have it at $60.
Now I need new ones.
Uh-oh. Amy's running out of Post-it notes. I know where they are in the office, actually. Post that one up there for Fredo. And
this is 85.
All right, and then we have X-Men number 85, a presumed grade of 7.0, and we have that tonight for $60. And that takes care of it for the vintage ones for the night.
I'm really glad somebody bought X-Men 79. That's just a really, that's just it's probably the nicest copy I've seen of that book, actually. I think I own 1 or 2 copies of this, and they're just very like reader copies, sort of. I found them like, $10, all right, fine, I'll take them, whatever.
Right.
You kind of see Gil Kane stuff.
So the ones we have left, we still have X-Men number 77, presumed grade 7.0 at 90. Let me see. X-Men 84 and 85, both at $60 per, and also presumed grade of 7.0. Let's see, what else do we have here that we could go over? Well, the Harley Quinn went to Ron.
Throw this up again. Oh, Betty Page is so.
Oh, you know what? We have to do the Avengers Invaders one.
Ah, you're ruining the spoiler.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was going to get to this one anyway. This is like a personal favorite. I love this. If this had been like 100 issues, I'd have been happy. The Invaders is one of my all-time favorite reads. Kind of disappeared. Dynamite brought it back with Marvel. This is Avengers Invaders #9, the Dynamic Forces variant, signed by Alex Ross, pencil art.
And well, we've talked about Alex Ross before.
We've mentioned him once or twice.
Yeah, maybe once or twice. I remember the first time seeing his artwork. It's just a realism.
He's one of those artists.
Unreal.
He's one of those artists that everybody remembers the first time they saw their artwork. And you back then, the first time I saw his artwork, my eyes had trouble determining, is this painted or drawn, or
is it a picture?
Is it a photo? The very first time I saw a Alex Ross cover, I thought to myself, this is like a painting they've done something with, or a photo that they've done something with. And no, it's just this guy with his brushes and pencils. Avengers
Invaders #9, Dynamic Forces exclusive variant cover, signed by Alex Ross. So hand signed by Alex Ross. We have the one available tonight at $75. So
let me scroll down to the new comments here.
And as for someone who
okay, so the Unknown is claiming the Avengers, so that's history as well.
I was just going to suggest, this is a book at this price you probably don't want to pass up, because not only, of course, it's an Alex Ross signature, but when Marvel decided to do the Invaders on their own without Dynamite, these all A, jumped in price, and B, disappeared. Everybody decided to hoard them because the next version of the Invaders Marvel did, quite honestly, did not have the same pop that, the Marvel Dynamite version.
You might want to flip that one around because Amy says she's out of Post-it
notes.
So, all right. So, should we do a recap? How much time do we have?
We got about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we should probably
8 minutes.
do a quick recap.
I don't know how much more we can recap. We've sold almost everything.
Well, we still have the Garth Ennis battle. Well, Vampy #1. We have one left. Unknown claimed one. Garth Ennis Battlefields Tankies #2, signed by Garth Ennis. We still have two available at $50 each.
And we've talked about Garth Ennis is not, the signing isn't his highest priority, we'll put it that way. It's difficult to maybe sometimes get his signatures depending where you are in the country, what you're looking for. This is a great book. Plus, even if you don't buy this, go get Battlefields. This was just a great sort of, it had almost a little bit of an Enemy Ace vibe, if anybody remembers those from the Bronze Age. Enemy Ace, great wartime stories.
So I believe Unknown realized he had a copy of The Walking Dead #171.
Okay, so we still have one copy of this.
One available, Blood Red Signature Series Edition, signed by Stefano Guadiano, and we have the one available at $29.99 tonight. Let's see. And, the Superman Year One we still have.
This is a book signed by J.R. Jr., Gold Signature Series. I don't think a lot really needs to be said about this book. Superman Year One really sort of established itself. Frank Miller. The DC Black Label format is really appealing to me. I love the cover, everything about this. We have one of these?
We have actually three of them. Superman Year One, #1, Elite Gold Signature Series, signed by John Romita Jr., and we have it for $50.
Which is basically half price, right?
Yes. Suggested retail is $99.99.
Yeah, so this is like a half price J.R. Jr. signature.
So then, let's see. We have the Vampirella #2 still available. Limited edition.
I can't read. Somebody's posting a question. I'm sorry, I can't read what your question is.
If you could remove a single comic from existence, what would it be, and what effect would it have on continuity? Ooh, that's a deep question.
Yeah, that's really that's like a podcast question where
Wow.
Nick,
You gotta
I'm gonna
ask that at the beginning of the
Nick,
hour.
I'm gonna need a podcast to answer this question.
So Wilfredo bought the Superman Year One. Okay, so that means we have 2 left.
2 left. That's a really the DC Black Label is just such a great format.
None. The answer is none.
What, removing books from continuity? I don't think, or existence. I don't think.
I feel like stepping on the twig in the past.
Yeah, I think
So,
you start.
so Nick, this is the one. Wilfredo.
Wilfredo?
Yeah.
He got it?
The Superman Year One. Yeah.
He got it.
Yeah, you got it. So, what's the surprise? Hold on, Wilfredo.
Wilfredo, stay tuned. We have a little.
But to answer Formal Foundation's question, Nick says it's like going back into the past and stepping on a butterfly.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, I mean, it's an interesting question, and sure, on the surface, you could just pick a book you don't like. Like, I don't know if I ever needed to see Howard the Duck, but maybe I did.
Indiegogo exclusive promo card.
All right,
Nice.
Wilfredo, you get can you hold that up? You get the Indiegogo exclusive promo card by
Lucio Perillo.
That's a Lucio Perillo, buddy. There you go. Now you're cooking with oil. So that's coming with the Superman Year One. So that's the bonus. It was here in my notes. I didn't know what the bonus was. Nobody tells me anything. So make sure that we'll get that out with your order, buddy. You will speak no evil of my Howard.
Someone did not like. No, I mean, I'm just trying to use an example, right? Like, for example, I don't know if I never, do I need to see Howard the Duck? But what did
As long as it's not a Nick card. There are no more Wilfredo. You cornered the market, brother.
You cornered the market on Mickey the Roach cards, man. The value of those now is astronomical because he.
All right, so Stephen Walker is asking what we're selling in the comic book store. Okay, so you know what? With the few minutes left, we'll just do a quick recap, and I'm just going to read them through. And
is there
John
a particular book, or is he just?
I'm not sure. So let's see. But if you remove Howard the Duck, then Aunt May dies because finds her. Wow, man. Formal Foundation is too deep a thinker.
See, no, but that makes sense. So that's why
does.
Nick gave the answer he did. You can't. The Marvel Universe, DC Universe, these things all interlock. Characters interlock with other characters. You start, it's the butterfly effect. The next thing you know, things have sort of,
Unraveled.
Think about it like this. Parallax was not the best idea in the world. But Jeff Johns took that and brought Hal Jordan back.
Yeah.
So even if there's a plot you didn't like, someone can do something to make it better. Look at what happened with Scarlet Witch in West Coast Avengers, where she went crazy.
Yeah.
What did Brian Michael Bendis do with that? So it's all about the evolution. Everything counts.
Everything is a seed. Although I liked when Parallax had rings on every finger.
So real quick, all right.
He was like the Tom Brady of Green Lantern.
Steven just joined us. All right, Steven, we're going to do a quick recap just for you, buddy.
3 minutes.
So we have Vampirella #1 still available. Blood Red Signature Series signed by Adam Hughes. We have one available still left at $50 tonight. Garth Ennis Battlefields, the Tankies #2, signed by Garth Ennis, hand signed by Garth Ennis, available for $50 tonight. Let's see, The Walking Dead's gone. Oh no, we still have one Walking Dead.
Do we still have one Walking Dead?
Yeah, our unknown figured out he already owned that one.
Okay.
Number 171, Blood Red Signature Series edition signed by Stefano Guadiano. We have Superman Year One, #1.
Oh, we had how
We
many
had
of these?
3 of those. So
We had 3 of these.
so
Wilfredo?
now we only have 2.
We only have 2.
Signed by John Romita Jr. We have Vampirella #2, limited edition, Dynamic Forces exclusive cover. And this one we have for $10. This is our perfect 10 read of the night. And then we have Adventure Time, Fiona and Cake #1, also Dynamic Forces exclusive cover. Also perfect 10 read at $10 tonight. And then we have Betty Page. Oh, no, wait, Unknown took that, my bad. Next one, Wilfredo. Okay. All right,
Avengers and Invaders is gone.
Batman #50, the graded one, the pure pencil sketch.
Did someone buy this?
Somebody did not buy that. So we have the one available, guaranteed grade, graded 9.6 for $193.
Wilfredo wants Adventure Time.
Okay, well, Fredo, got you down for Adventure Time, buddy. Let me write that down. Oops. Fredo. All right, so then
This Batman 50 is nice because you've got the pencil art wrap around.
for $193.90 tonight, we have the one available. We have 2 of the starter sets left. Let's see, we have 2 of the starter sets left, which include the complete Dracula signed by Colton Worley, All-Star Batman #1, Dynamic Forces variant cover, and Amazing Spider-Man number 797. And then let's see.
The Unknown has a question. How many of the Adventure Times do we have?
The Adventure Times, hold on. We have 3, 2 now that you took one. So there are only 2 more available.
I think Wilfredo took an Adventure Time, and I think the Unknown wants an Adventure Time, if I'm reading this right.
45. That's a Nick question. I don't know.
We can't do that.
Yeah.
We have to
So-
look into that.
So let's see. Emmy Comics. Unfortunately, with a lot of the vintage stuff, we've got a little too much in it. Probably we bring it on the show just to kind of fill whatever guests or our viewers are looking for. So we wouldn't be able to do that at 100. But we appreciate you asking. We certainly appreciate you watching tonight. Let's see. Unknown. Okay, so Unknown wants to take an Adventure Time as well. So got you there, buddy. All right, where did I leave off? I think we're out of time, aren't we? We're almost out of time. We're at 7:58. And
If it's
everything
7:58, I
else
think
is-
that's when we were supposed to.
so the only other thing is we have the Secret Invasions #1 signed and remarked by Mariano Nicieza and Joe Del Beato. And that is it. And
Thank you for joining us,
thank you
everybody.
again, guys. We certainly appreciate our regulars and
People who've
the
joined
viewers.
us.
Thank you so much.
Like, subscribe, follow, friend, find us on different social media. Set your notification bell so you know
We
when
hope
we're
you
on.
had fun. We always do.
Thanks for joining us, guys. JD, take us home. Have a great night.